On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk, employees just so shows that capitalism reigns supreme. It also shows the benefits of leaning more towards conservative values because you remove all of the fat, you get to being more profitable, you create a much more efficient company, and it's a better product for the users. So I think that he should lay off 75% of the users because a lot of these companies that's publicly traded are bloated. It got too many people and too many workers that's not doing nothing. We all know that most web developers and software engineers only spend about 2 to 3 hours per day working a job that they work. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of them have 2 and 3 jobs making $500,000 and $600,000 a year. So I think that it's smart that he's going in and doing it from a business perspective. I think the shareholders that he buying it from is going to be happy, and everybody going to be happy except for the people that got to go and find new jobs. So that's just the benefits of capitalism. It's the ups and the downs that come along with capitalism, but I do think that he should shed at least 75% of the company because it allows for them to move quicker, faster, give a better user experience, give better updates, and move more nimble like it's a startup.
Because of his ideas. And that's what if we say that we represent freedom of speech, then nobody should not be able to take away my freedom of speech. If I'm dealing with a political view, if I'm dealing with this is my thoughts and opinions on a certain subject, we cannot if we play it like it's trivia, and I'm not trying to tell nobody to change the vote, but if we play it like it's trivia, what would it be when it's actually knocking at our door, at our doorstep? Wouldn't it be big picture then?
Do y'all agree with any level of censorship whatsoever?
No.
Not at all. So anybody should be able to go on and say anything that they want, no matter what it is that they say.
I think that gets rough when you start talking about children. Like everything outside of children and things that involve children, I would say no to censorship, but then it gets sticky to me.
What if I go on there and threaten somebody?
Yeah, I think it should definitely be limited in some way, shape, or form, for sure.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know we all want to remove censorship because, and even me, right? I'm not for censorship at all, but I'm just trying to understand: are we biased because we stand on a specific side, and that side is more censored, right? And then I'm wondering, in a general sense, is there lines that you shouldn't be able to cross on platforms that's not yours in order to, say what it is that you want to say when you want to say it? Now, obviously, I know that there's a lot of bias based off of people being able to mobilize whatever their tribe is in order to get somebody removed from the platforms. Kanye West didn't say anything, in my opinion, that warranted any kind of censorship or banning or removal or suspension from the platform. But remove that, right? Remove some of the things that we know is obvious as far as people being able to, cancel a particular person because they don't like them or cancel them because they stand on a specific side. Are there things that people should not be able to say on social media, right, on a public platform, that we would also say no censorship? Is it a limit? I'm just wondering in a general sense, right?
Yeah, I would say it definitely is a limit. Threats and again, we got, especially on Twitter, it's kids on the app, it's all kind of stuff. So, and even Charleston White, who I tend to agree with a lot of his points. I think he got an animated way of saying things, but there was some footage leak of him talking about some other stuff in regards to grape and a bunch of other things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, should that type of thing be allowed on the platform? Hell no, it shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the end of the day, which is why I say I don't necessarily see things changing unless Elon Musk is basically saying, I'm about to buy this platform and I don't care about the financial hit. But is that reality? No, it's not. Fact is when you're running a business and if somebody do something on Twitter that incites something egregious and he start losing money, guess what's going to happen? Censorship is going to come right back into play. So I don't necessarily think, that's why I say I don't see it changing too much unless he's just willing to pay this $44 billion and come in here and, hey man, whatever happens, I'll front the bill, because that's who's gonna get sued if somebody go on there and provoke something egregious. So unless he about to start doing stupid business all of a sudden.
But nobody.
Go ahead, Siobhan.
I don't think that he's not going to be able to find a happy medium on everybody's happiness. Because what I want is not what Anton might want or Logic or whatever. So I think it's going to be very sticky for him to try to figure out what is going to be limited and what isn't.
Because the balance is you still got to make money, right? And the money comes from corporations, organizations, advertisers, and small business. So when you say no censorship, I think a lot of times we're also removing the business aspect of it to determine, because I remember at one point, even YouTube, they had kind of went through a purge where a lot of people had got not demonetized, but the monetization has slowed up significantly because it was a lot of advertisers that had started saying, yo, a lot of the content that's on YouTube is a little bit too egregious that we seeing our ads on. And y'all need to do a better job of policing where our ads show up, because we don't want to necessarily be associated or be giving money to specific content creators that's talking about things that don't align with what our brand stands for, or what our people, what the people that buy our brand, what it stands for, right? And so it's a difficult balance to make when you monetize something versus just letting people say whatever it is that they want to say whenever they want to say it, right? And so I don't really know what the solution is for that, because if you want completely free speech, because I'm on the side of no censorship, because I think that if you verify it, then you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say when you want to say it, simply because free speech does not mean freedom from consequences that come along with whatever it is that you say, right? So if you a verified person, like, and I'm not saying verified with a blue check, but you're verified as a real user, then you say some stuff and say, yo, I'm smoking on a pack from a dude I just did a crime on. I want that to get out of there so that the police can come and arrest you, because I want you in jail, right? So I don't believe in freedom from consequences, and I do believe in free speech. I just think that it's a very, very difficult balance to make when you're talking about monetization and you're talking about trying to make sure that advertisers align with and support your platform, because Twitter is largely not profitable, which leads me back to the conversation that he asked in the first place, which is, is it big picture that he laying off 75% of the staff? I think Elon Musk is very smart. He knows how to run things efficiently. I think being a technology company, coming from PayPal and then transitioning over to Tesla and then running SpaceX and all of that, he's learned how to do things much more efficient than the traditional auto industry, than other payment processing platforms. And more importantly, SpaceX proved that he can be more efficient and profitable than NASA. So him laying off all of those employees just shows that capitalism reigns supreme. It also shows the benefits of leaning more towards conservative values, because you remove all of the fat, you get to being more profitable, you create a much more efficient company, and it's a better product for the users. So I think that he should lay off 75% of the users, because a lot of these companies that's publicly traded are bloated. It got too many people and too many workers that's not doing nothing. We all know that most web developers and software engineers only spend about 2 to 3 hours per day working the job that they work. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of them have 2 and 3 jobs making $500,000 and $600,000 a year. So I think that it's smart that he's going in and doing it from a business perspective. I think the shareholders that he buying it from is going to be happy, and everybody going to be happy except for the people that got to go and find new jobs. So that's just the benefits of capitalism. It's the ups and the downs that come along with capitalism, but I do think that he should shed at least 75% of the company, because it allows for them to move quicker, faster, give a better user experience, give better updates, and move more nimble like it's a startup.